was wondering what you would advance as president to end this corrupting influence of money in our political system.
It's hard to do because the Supreme Court ruled that that this, the system we have today is constitutional, or the law that existed was unconstitutional. I can't remember which one. The Citizens United vote. I mean, in a perfect world, candidates would be able to raise whatever amount of money they wanted to raise directly to them, totally transparent, with a 48-hour turnaround time. So if you got a bunch of dough from somebody, people can make up their minds whether that was appropriate or not. But the Supreme Court has ruled that restricting contributions directly to campaigns is okay, but unrestricted campaign donations for other forms of political organizations is not. You have unlimited monies for super PACs and then restrictions for campaigns. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand why one would be treated differently than the other. I've been told that this requires some kind of constitutional amendment, and the chances of a constitutional amendment happening anytime soon is remote. So, look, I think the best thing to do as it relates to political contributions is total transparency. The best you can do. Yeah.
A lot of these efforts to limit speech are unconstitutional, but there are other ways to sort of amplify the voices of ordinary Americans. And I wonder if you'd support a tax credit for small dollar political donations so that people like me can afford to participate in the political process and have a voice.
I wouldn't. Just for the same reason that I just described, that our tax code should not be the means by which we create policy. I think we need to get, it's the natural instinct to say, here's how we solve a problem, use the tax code. And while the idea is interesting for sure, the cumulative effect of good ideas 20 years later creates a tax code that stifles ability for people to rise up. So I wouldn't. Now, having said that, look, how many people gave money to Barack Obama?
Yeah.
Millions. And so a solution wouldn't necessarily be a tax credit. It might be to use the internet as Barack Obama did in a historic way that they got a lot of small donors. It's a model for, there's no monopoly of using the internet to be able to campaign directly with people and create a two-way dialogue and ask them for $3 and do it, and then get their friends to do that. I think that is a powerful tool. And we're building that tool in my campaign, and I think that's the solution, is to kind of go away from the old order to the new way of campaigning, because every year that goes by, more and more people are getting their news from their smartphones, and they want to get the news in a different format than, sadly, some of the folks that follow the campaign provide. People are cutting their cable. There's all sorts of ways to be able to communicate and to seek political support, not just fundraising. And that I think, is the appropriate way to go about this.